What's up? What's up? Good evening to all pro wrestling fans of all shapes and sizes from all around the world. Welcome to another live pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. I'm your host, your MC, Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. It is Sunday, August 17th of 2025. Hope everybody has been doing well. Hope everybody had a good week and weekend. And yeah, hope everybody's staying cool as well. So, got quite a lot to talk about with this live session. Okay, first, gonna do some reviews. Gonna review the Triplemania XXXIII show, as well as the Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah, Star Navigation Premium 2025 show. So, gonna do reviews there. Then, gonna shift my focus to pro wrestling tournament talk. We got the G1 Climax 35. We got the Star Grand Prix 2025. We got the Tokyo Princess Cup 12. We got the 5-Star Grand Prix 2025. Oh, we got a lot to talk about. A whole lot. So, grab your favorite drink. Grab your favorite snack. Maybe leave some room for seconds. And let's dive right in. So, gonna start off with Triplemania XXXIII, which this is Lucha Libre's AAA's big show. This is one of their big shows, and this features WWE talent. Of course, we're talking AAA that recently, a couple of months ago, got acquired by WWE, and they put together a show. Triplemania XXXIII, which, hold on, let me get my notes out. But yeah, this show took place yesterday, April 16th. It was at the Arena, oh my goodness, the Arena Ciudad de Mexico in Mexico City. But yeah, had quite a turnout. The crowd was very lit. The crowd looked very lit from what I saw. But let's go ahead and dive into the review. Let's get this going. I got my graphics ready. All right, here we go. Let's dive right on in. First match. So the first match that they did was the La Copa Bardahl Cup, which is pretty much their version of a Royal Rumble. The only difference is not only can you get eliminations by throwing your opponent over the top rope, but you can also get eliminations by pinfall or submission. So, yeah, pretty much the AAA Royal Rumble, so to speak. And had 14 competitors for this match. So I'm going to go over the competitors arranged by the order of appearance. Okay? So, your competitors started off with La Parka and Laredo Kid. So La Parka came out first, then Laredo Kid. Laredo Kid, very familiar with. But yeah, so let's continue. So you had La Parka first, then Laredo Kid, then Joaquin Wilde from LWO, then Abismo Negro Jr., then Taurus, then Aerostar, then Mecha Wolf, then Cruz del Toro of LWO, Then Otis. Yeah, you heard right. Otis. Yeah, was in this tournament. Then Pimpinela. Then Cibernetico. Then Microman. Then Omos. And then the last competitor, Octagon Jr. Yeah, quite a variety there of talent. Like I said, a handful of names I'm familiar with. Omos was quite a surprise. Otis was quite a surprise. Microman was a surprise as well. But quite a variety of talent for this match. But it was definitely very action-packed. Had some doses of comedy as well, especially from Pimpinela, Omos, and Microman. So, good dose of comedy. But let's now go over the order of eliminations. So, the order of eliminations. So, the first that got eliminated was Laredo Kid. Yeah, he was the first one eliminated. Aerostar eliminated Laredo Kid over the top rope. Then Mecha Wolf eliminated Joaquin Wilde over the top rope. Then Otis eliminated Aerostar over the top rope. Then both Pimpinela and Otis both eliminate Taurus over the top rope. Then Otis, well, kind of with some incidental assistance, accidentally eliminated Pimpinela over the top rope. Then Microman eliminated Cibernetico over the top rope. Of course, with an assist from Otis. Then Omos eliminated Abismo, Negro, and Cruz del Toro at the same time over the top rope. So double elimination there. Then Microman pinned Otis. After he was down, he hits a top turnbuckle splash and then pinned Otis. And then Omos eliminated Microman, pretty much tossed him over the top rope. Then La Parka eliminated Mecha Wolf. Then La Parka eliminated Mecha Wolf over the top rope. Then Omos eliminated Octagon Jr. over the top rope. So it came down to the final two, which were Omos and La Parka. Wow. Kudos to La Parka for lasting all the way to the final two. Him being the first entrant, and he made it to the final two. That's crazy. But Omos ended up eliminating La Parka over the top rope. Therefore, Omos is your winner of the La Copa Bardahl Cup. Just like that. So, I know it's been a while since we've seen Omos, but quite a way to welcome him back to ring competition by winning the La Copa Bardahl Cup at Triplemania 33. So, congratulations to him. What I thought was really interesting were all the eliminations were over the top rope eliminations except for one. There was one where it was by pinfall done by Microman. So, thought that was kind of interesting. Yeah, I would have thought there would have been a little bit more variety in the eliminations. But, like I said, it's still pretty much like a Royal Rumble. And typically a Royal Rumble, that's how you get eliminations. It's just this, you had multiple ways of doing it. But it all counts. It all counts. But, congratulations to Omos on winning the La Copa Bardahl Cup. Pretty entertaining match overall. The match lasted 26 minutes, 36 seconds. So, yeah, had some good time to it. Okay, let's keep going. And let's go to our next match. Alright, check this one out. Alrighty. You have the AAA Latin American Championship on the line. You had the champion, El Mesias, accompanied by, I believe it was Dorian something. I forgot what his last name was. Defended the title against El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. Of course, that is definitely a name that I'm familiar with. He holds the honor of being the first Mexican-born GHC heavyweight champion back when he was wrestling in Pro Wrestling Noah. So I thought that was pretty cool. This match was alright. Lasted 10 minutes, 20 seconds. So just a little bit over 10 minutes. Could have been longer. But it was still a pretty good match. Wagner Jr., his father, was in front row for this match. And I know there were definitely some exchanges between Dorian and Wagner Jr. and also El Mesias got in his face a couple of times as he was beating down El Hijo del Dr. Wagner Jr. So it was definitely back and forth. Action was in the ring and outside of the ring and whatnot. But of course, Dorian tried to interfere a few times, so which was expected. But it did come down to a point where Wagner Jr. was like, enough is enough. Jumped over the guardrail and took out Dorian after he tried to interfere one last time. But yeah, knocked him out. And then from there, Dr. Wagner Jr. was able to eventually get the best of El Mesias, hits a top rope superplex, and then follows it up with a Wagner driver, pins him for the 1-2-3, and just like that, your first title change of the card as El Hijo de Dr. Wagner Jr. becomes the new AAA Latin American champion. So congratulations to him, and he got a chance to celebrate with his father afterwards. So, you know, pretty cool moment. But yeah, like I said, I've gotten a chance to see him before live when I went to the Noah the New Year show. So yeah, definitely glad to see Dr. Wagner Jr. get utilized in AAA, and I believe we're going to be seeing him pop up, maybe even on some WWE shows. But we'll see. We'll see. But pretty good match. Could have been longer, but pretty decent match. Alrighty. Let's go to our next match. And this next match was pretty entertaining. Alright. So next up, we had ourselves a 6-person mixed tag match. So, team number 1, you had Mr. Iguana, Niño Hamburguesa, and Lola Vice. And they took on the Judgment Day, made up of Finn Balor, JD McDonagh, and Raquel Rodriguez. And of course, they had Roxanne Perez in their corner. Definitely an entertaining match. Very action-packed. Lasted 11 minutes, 54 seconds, so just a little under 12 minutes. But I have to say, definitely my favorite spot was Finn Balor pulling out Demonica, the puppet, that little demon puppet, to counter Mr. Iguana's Iguana puppet. I thought that was a pretty funny sequence, which apparently that Demonica puppet is on sale on WWEshop.com now. So, yeah. Interesting. But, yeah, that came into play. And just, you know, the action overall was very much back and forth. You know, Finn Balor took a bite of one of the burgers Niño Hamburguesa gave to him. So, you know, it was just overall, it was fun. It was fun. It didn't seem, I mean, I'm not going to say it wasn't intense, but they made it fun. they definitely made it fun. So I was digging it. I was digging the match from start to finish. But yeah. So Raquel Rodriguez ended up picking up the victory for her team, hitting Lola Vice with the Tejana Bomb, and then pinning her for the 1-2-3. The Judgment Day picks up the victory at Triplemania XXXIII. But yeah, good, entertaining match. Had no complaints. Alrighty. Let's go to this next match, which honestly, I have to say this was my favorite match of the card. This was definitely my favorite match of the card. Check it out. Okay, next up we had a street fight for the AAA World Tag Team Championships. The champions, Los Garza, made up of Bardahl, Berto, and Angel, defending against the team of Pagano and Psycho Clown. And I tell you, it did not take long for it to really get going. I mean, they just started brawling, and then we started to see weapons, kendo sticks, barbed wire, wrapped kendo sticks, chairs, tables. I mean, it was wild. More barbed wire. Like, it was definitely an intense match. Even Los Garza had both competitors in Tree of Woes just beating the mess out of them with kendo sticks repeatedly. So that was a crazy spot. You know, there were a couple of table spots as well that were pretty cool. But yeah, like, this match was action-packed, and I enjoyed every minute of it. Match lasted 12 minutes, 54 seconds, so just a little under 13 minutes. But very enjoyable match. And quite a unique finish. A very unique finish. They wrapped up Berto in barbed wire, sitting on the top turnbuckle, and then Psycho Clown grabs him and hits a Spanish fly off the top turnbuckle while wrapped in barbed wire. That was a very unique spot. But he hit that, pinned him for the 3 count. Pagano, Psycho Clown are your new AAA World Tag Team Champions. So that's 2 title changes right there. So yeah, congratulations to Pagano and Psycho Clown. Good stuff, good stuff. Definitely my favorite match of the card. For sure. Alright, let's go to our next match. Got another title match. Alright, check this one out. Okay, we had a triple threat match for the AAA Reina de Reinas Championship. The champion, Flammer, defended against Fabi Apache and Natalia. To be honest, this was kind of one of the weaker matches. I won't say it was trash or anything like that, but I felt like it was definitely the weakest match of the card. Lasted 10 minutes, 44 seconds. I don't know. Like, I definitely think it could have been better and could have been a little bit longer. But, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know. I just really feel like it could have been so much better. Not really much memorable moments of this match. Although Natalia and Fabi Apache definitely kept having exchanges back and forth throughout a good stretch of this match. Fabi Apache dropped Natalia, and it looked like she was going to capitalize, but Flammer sneaks in and rolls her up for a quick pin for the 1-2-3. Flammer still your AAA Reina de Reinas champion. And then even after the match, Fabi Apache and Natalya started going at it. Started shoving each other and going at it. So I got a feeling this won't be the last that we see of those two ladies going at it. But the match, So it could have been better. I just thought it was one of the weaker matches. Okay, and then the main event. Oh, before I get to the main event, shout out to Conan. Conan, who just got inducted into the AAA Hall of Fame. Of course, Rey Mysterio is pretty much the one that inducted him. Did a speech and everything. So, congratulations to Conan on being inducted into the AAA Hall of Fame. Okay, now, main event. This came down to the AAA Mega Championship to be decided in a fatal four-way. The champion, El Hijo del Vikingo, defending against Dominic Mysterio, Dragon Lee, and El Grande Americano. Which, by the way, I really, really liked Dragon Lee's entrance. I liked his entrance. And Dominic Mysterio got quite a loud pop for his entrance and throughout the match. Dom is definitely very over in AAA. But, I mean, it's really not that big of a shock considering, I mean, he is the son of Rey Mysterio. Son of Rey Mysterio looks like Eddie Guerrero. There you go. But, this match went just a little bit over 15 minutes. Just a little bit. Definitely very action-packed. Felt like it could have been a longer main event. But I felt like with all that took place, like, it definitely did what it needed to do. Of course, there was interference as well. Of course, Judgment Day came out. Some of the other Grande Americanos came out. The LWO came out. So there was definitely a lot of interference. A lot of interference, a lot of chaos. And while it seemed like Dominic Mysterio was about to seal the deal, after dropping the others with a loaded mask and then hitting a frog splash, goes for the 3 count, and a masked man interrupts the 3 count and pretty much shoves the referee down outside. The masked man revealed himself to be none other than the phenomenal AJ Styles, who pretty much came in and spoiled Dirty Dom's opportunity, dropped him with a Styles Clash, set him up for Vikingo to hit the 630 senton, pins him for the 3. Vikingo, still your AAA Mega Champion. So definitely things are not over between Dominic Mysterio and the phenomenal AJ Styles. So we'll have to see what's to follow after that. But that was the main event. Vikingo was booed quite a bit in this main event. But then again, I mean, the crowd was a lot more behind Dominic Mysterio. So, I mean, I guess it shouldn't be that surprising. But overall, this was an enjoyable show. I can't say that I've seen a lot of AAA, but that was a pretty enjoyable show. They also announced another Worlds Collide, WWE AAA, that's going to be September 12th, I believe it was, in Las Vegas. in Las Vegas. So, hey, for those who plan on going out there, hope it'll be worth it. But yeah. So, but yeah, kudos to Lucha Libre AAA. Pretty good show. Pretty good show. All right. I just wish I could say the same thing about this next one. Yeah. Let's get right on into it, shall we? Hold on. Let me get my graphics out. One moment. Okay. Alrighty. Next up, Pro Wrestling Noah's Star Navigation Premium 2025, which took place same day, August 16th. This was at Corcoran Hall, a venue I'm very familiar with. I have to say, this... Let's just get right into it. I'll explain more. Let's just get right into it. Okay. First up, first match. Let's go. Okay, first match. Direct your attention to the lower right corner. We had an 8-man tag team match. We had the team of Hiromu Takahashi, Atsushi Kotoke, Amakusa, and Junta Miyawaki taking on the team of Ita, Alejandro, Kai Fujimura, and Daiki Orashima. So, the match was okay to a degree, but it was only 6 minutes, 23 seconds long. So, I mean, I liked what action was in the match, but it was 6 minutes, 23 seconds. So, it was really kind of a bummer. It was kind of a bummer. Ita gets the victory for his team, pinning Junta Miyawaki after decking him in the mouth with a super kick. So yeah, Daiki Orashima, Ita, Alejandro, Kai Fujimura pick up the victory in the opening match, but that match was way too short. Way too short. Alright, let's go to the next match. Unfortunately, it gets worse. Alright, shift over to the left. Lower left. 6-man tag team match. The team of Ulka Sasaki, Hayata, and Tetsuya Endo taking on the team of Keno, Shuhei Taniguchi, and Black Mensore. Oh, man. This match was shorter than the first match. Only 5 minutes, 26 seconds. Like, honestly, it felt like a blur. It really felt like a blur of a match. I mean, it was good to see Hayata again. Definitely like Hayata. I like Ulka Sasaki. Honestly, the match just was really quick. Nothing crazy memorable. But pretty much Tetsuya Endo rolls up Black Mensore with a roll-up for the 3 count after a misfire. There was a misfire where Black Mensore tried to hit Endo while Keno was holding him, and he missed and hit Keno, and then Keno pretty much slapped him, and Endo turned it into a roll-up for the 3 count. So, yeah. Kind of a weak finish, but Ulka Sasaki, Hayata, Tetsuya Endo pick up the victory, but match was way too short. And then next up is the one match that got even worse than the previous two, and it just happened to be the wrong match for this to happen too. I was really disappointed with this one. Check out this next one. All right, let's go to the right and go up one. We had a tag team match that I really was looking forward to with Team 2000X, Masaki Kitamiya and Tadasuke, taking on the team of Minobu Soya and Daiki Inaba. One, I'm bummed that Masaki Kitamiya doesn't keep the mohawk anymore, but on the real, this match was 3 minutes 41 seconds. One of the main matches I was looking forward to, considering I really like Minobu Soya and especially Masaki Kitamiya, and it only lasted 3 minutes 41 seconds. Yeah. I mean, kudos to Masaki Kitamiya getting the submission victory on Daiki Inaba, but this was a terrible match. This was really a terrible match. Nothing more to say. This was a terrible match. It was, and with it being as short as it was, really, really hurts it badly. Really hurts it badly. Anyway, let's go to this next match. It gets worse. All right, shift over to the left. Gonna go right here. 6-man tag match. More Team 2000X action. As we had the team of 2000X's Takashi Sugiura, Daga, and No, who's from Charlotte, North Carolina, by the way. Yay! Taking on the trio of Go Shiozaki, Muhammad Yone, and a cleanly shaven Hajime Ohara. I must say, I do at least like the new look of Hajime Ohara. I do like his new look. Yeah. So, I mean, this match was getting pretty decent for the most part, but the finish really just ruined it for me. The finish really ruined it for me. The match only lasted 8 minutes 43 seconds. So, man, that's a good handful of matches in a row that still hit under the 10-minute mark. It's bad. But, yeah. So, Go Shiozaki, Muhammad Yone, and Hajime Ohara actually get the victory by disqualification. Tadasuke enters the ring and hits Hajime Ohara with a steel chair, while Ohara had, I believe it was Daga in a submission, if I remember correctly. But Tadasuke broke it up, hitting him with a steel chair, and referee called for the DQ. So, that was the only thing. Jay Uso, welcome to the stream. I see you. But yeah. But like I said, I like Hajime Ohara's new look. So, that's the one thing I'll account for. Okay, let's go to the next match. Let's keep it going. Okay, let's go up one and to the right. Had a singles match between Kaito Kiyomiya and Harutoki. Now, even though this match was just under 10 minutes, it was specifically 9 minutes 47 seconds, this was actually a pretty good match. I definitely like the back and forth between these two. And of course, recently Harutoki qualified for the N1 Victory Tournament this year. And this was quite a test. This was quite a test for Harutoki as he gets prepared for the N1 Victory Tournament. But put up a solid fight against Kaito Kiyomiya. He did. He definitely did. I like what I saw. And Kaito Kiyomiya ended up getting the victory, hitting a pretty flashy diving elbow drop off the top turnbuckle, then pinning Harutoki for the 3 count. Kaito Kiyomiya, your winner. But like I said, this was a good match. This was a good match. Yes, it was under 10 minutes, but I thought it was still a good match for what it was. So, good stuff, and best of luck to Harutoki as he gets prepared for the N1 Victory Tournament. Okay. Let's go to the next match. Okay, this match was a little bit better. A little bit better. Okay, shift over to the left. 8-man tag match. We had the team of Galeno, Dragonbane, Alpha Wolf, and Super Crazy taking on the team of Luis Monte, Flamita, Bendito, and Calibus. Which, by the way, shout out to Luis Monte. Apparently, I did not know that he became the Open the Dream Gate champion. So he must have dethroned Yamato. I had no idea, but he came to the ring rocking the Open the Dream Gate championship from Dragon Gate. So I thought that was pretty cool. It's my favorite championship belt. So, hey. Okay. For this match, a very action-packed match, a lot of lucha style, a lot of high flying, a lot of high-speed action. Match went 10 minutes, 48 seconds. Thought it was a good match. Definitely thought it was a good match. Very entertaining, especially with all the high flying. Man, for as big as Galeno is, that dude can move. That dude can definitely move. And that was quite an addition for All Rebellion. But very enjoyable match from start to finish. Really didn't have any complaints. Galeno, big man Galeno, picked up the victory for his team, pinning Calibus after hitting a Galeno special. But yeah, Galeno, Dragonbane, Alpha Wolf, Super Crazy are your winners. But solid match. Definitely a solid match. And I believe, yeah, Dragonbane, Alpha Wolf are still the current GHC Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champs. Okay, let's keep going. Next match. Okay, go up one to the top right corner. Top right corner. Had a special singles match. Ozawa, the leader of Team 2000X, taking on Owada-san of Team 2000X. So we had a Team 2000X showcase here. Match was 12 minutes, 54 seconds. Thought it was good. I thought it was pretty good, especially considering Owada-san definitely took it to Ozawa in some different parts of the match. Definitely went back and forth. Owada-san put up a good fight, but he wasn't about to best the leader. That's just how it is. But despite the excellent effort, Ozawa pins Owada-san after hitting a Phoenix Splash. Pins him for the 3 count. Ozawa, your winner. But the rest of Team 2000X came in to pose with Owada-san. And yeah, they had their ending moment there. But yeah, the match was good. I thought the match was good. And then This when it really, really, really fell apart. The main event. Yeah. Main event. Go to the upper left. The one match that I was looking forward to the most. The GHC Heavyweight Championship match between the champion Kenta and the challenger Naomichi Marufuji. My favorite Pro Wrestling Noah rivalry ever in the main event. A main event that lasted 32 minutes and 21 seconds. As much as I love both Kenta and Naomichi Marufuji, as much as I love this rivalry, this match was trash. This match, unfortunately, was straight trash. I mean, kudos that they did this match, but this match was straight dookie trash. And the finish, oh my god. Like, I really wish Kenta would have just went to a different finish. It took like 6 or 7 GTS attempts for him to finally hit it. Because they kept botching it. Like, I mean, and then when he finally hit it, it didn't even look right. It didn't even look right. I don't know if just now Marufuji just had issues getting in position for the impact or what, but yeah, Kenta did like 7 GTS attempts and just botched every one of them, I guess, except for the last. But, you know, Kenta got the victory, and they shook hands and hugged afterwards, but that match was straight trash. That was a big letdown. That was a huge letdown. I'm sorry to say, but that was a huge letdown. So, yeah, overall, this show was not good. This show was definitely not good. I was looking forward to this show, especially with the main event. But this show was trash. There's like maybe 1 or 2 decent matches, but yeah, that show was straight trash. Hate to say it, but oh my god, it was so bad. It was so bad. It was bad. Bad. Really, really bad. Okay. On a lighter note. Let me see. 1 second. Bear with me for 1 second. Here we go. Okay. Let me move this over here. Okay. So, on another note, it was also announced Pro Wrestling Noah's, or Abismo, presents the N1 Victory 2025 tournament. The competitors have been announced, so let's go over the competitors for this year's N1 Victory tournament. Let me get my graphic out for this. Or actually, you know what? I got a better idea. Hold up. Hold that thought. I got a better idea. Okay. There we go. Alright. Okay, got my graphics out. Let's do this. So, here are your competitors for this year's N1 Victory Tournament. Alrighty. Here we go. Starting from the A block. So we got Kenta, the current GHC heavyweight champion, this is his first entry into this tournament. Yeah, first time. First time ever. So Kenta will be in the A block. And then to the right, you have Kaito Kiyomiya entering his second straight tournament, his 5th overall. And don't forget, he is a 2-time winner. Won this tournament last year and in 2022. So Kaito Kiyomiya, definitely a threat. Keep an eye out on him. And then, moving down one and to the left, you got Minobu Soya entering his 4th straight tournament, 5th overall. Then to the right, you got Oka Sasaki. Of course, this is his 2nd straight tournament, 2nd overall. And then you got Kazuyuki Fujita. This is his 1st in 3 years, but 3rd overall entry. And a familiar face for DDT fans, Tetsuya Endo, making his 1st entrance into this tournament. Yeah, so this is his 1st one. You got my man Masakita Miya here at the lower left. This is his 7th straight tournament, 7 overall, so he's been in 7 of these. And then last, also making his 1st entry, is Daga. So we got 3 first-time participants representing the A block for this tournament. So I have to say that the A block looks pretty stacked, if you ask me. I think the A block looks really stacked. All right, let's shift to the B block on the right side here. All right, you got Galeno. You got Galeno making his 1st entry ever into this tournament. Then you got Naomichi Marufuji making this is his 1st entry in 5 years, but this is his 3rd overall, so he's been in 3 of these. Okay. You got a former winner in Keno entering his 7th straight, 7th overall, and he won the tournament back in 2019. Okay. Next to him, you have Daiki Inaba. This is his 1st one in 2 years, his 3rd overall. Okay, then you have the recently kicked out of Team 2000X, Jack Morris, entering his 4th straight tournament, 4th overall. And then you got a couple of more first-timers. Harutoki, this is his 1st one, who he just recently qualified for this tournament. You have Ricky Knight Jr. as well. And you have Ozawa. That's right, these 3 first-time entries into this tournament. And that is your B block. So let's see. Total first-time entrants. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 first-time entrants into this tournament. Wow. It's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. But we'll see what happens. So the tournament starts on September 8th. Starts September 8th. And the finals, it looks like the finals will be on September 23rd. I believe I read that correctly. September 23rd. They had a schedule. They had a schedule out that I was gonna try to pull up. Yeah, bear with me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Or actually, it might have been further down. Okay, I may have to get back with y'all on the schedule as it gets closer. But yeah, the tournament kicks off on September 8th. So, still got a little bit of time to get prepped for this tournament, but should be good. Should be really good. Looking forward to it. Also, as a bonus, something I wanted to mention that just happened recently. So, a couple of days ago, there was an emergency press conference that Wrestle Universe hosted. And Nozawa Rongai and Chigusa Nagayo attended and made some announcements. Check it out. Here we are. So, the next season of Monday Magic, called the Extreme Season, will take place in October at Shinkaba First Ring. October 6th, October 20th, and October 27th. Hey Tom, welcome to the stream. But Nozawa's not going to be the only one, as Chigusa Nagayo will be starting her own version of Monday Magic, but on Fridays, called Friday Night Gotcha. And that also will take place at Shingapa First Ring on October 3rd, October 10th, and October 24th. I have to say, that's a really cool looking logo for the Friday Night Gotcha. But yeah, so Chigusa Nagayo, of course the main woman behind the Marvelous promotion, yeah, is going to be leading the charge. She wants in on the action. So yeah, this will be on Fridays. So Monday Magic on Mondays, Friday Night Gotcha on Fridays. So thought that was a pretty cool announcement. You know, Chigusa Nagayo making some moves, staying busy. So got a chance to meet her when I was in Vegas, by the way. She's really cool. But yeah, I wanted to make sure I mentioned that. Okay. Now that that's over with, let's get into some tournament talk. Oh yeah. So, the G1 Climax 35 tournament just reached its epic conclusion. And thank God that the right man won. Even through a big old barrage of shenanigans and interference over here, interference over there, the finals came down to Evil versus Konosuke Takeshita. And thank God. Like, y'all have no idea, like, how much I mean when I say this. But your winner of the G1 Climax 35. The Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. That's right. He was able to best Evil in the finals. Wins this year's G1 Climax 35. So congratulations to the Alpha, Konosuke Takeshita. I can imagine that his wife, the magical girl Yuka Sakazaki, is very, very much happy. But it's crazy. Like, honestly, two things I want to talk about. One, there's a lot of fans that are really just labeling him part-timer, outsider. Look, correct me if I'm wrong, but this guy has a New Japan contract, as well as an AEW contract, as well as a DDT contract. Sure, did he originally come from DDT? Sure. But when you are signed on the dotted line, DDT, New Japan, AEW, yeah, this dude is a hybrid triple threat. He's DDT, he's AEW, he's New Japan Pro Wrestling. Like, did we forget that this was actually his second tournament? His second G1 Climax that he participated in? I'm just saying. This dude was also a never openweight champion for a while. Jay Uso. Do you like AEW? Yeah, I do. I mean, I'm a pro wrestling fan. I like pro wrestling. I like all sorts of promotions. The only one that I stay away from is 666. But yes. But yeah, like, I just think it's ridiculous. Like, folks are calling, this guy a part-timer and an outsider. I'm like, he's signed to the promotion just like he signed to DDT, just like he signed to AEW. Not to mention, it's funny, folks say part-timer, but correct me if I'm wrong, this dude was getting title shots back in AEW before he even signed officially with AEW. How come nobody said a word then? How come nobody said a word then? I'm just saying. Yes, Gus. We're talking about Takeshita. Welcome to the stream. Do you like WWE action figures? Some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are actually really cool. My nephew has some as well. He's got a whole bunch. But yeah, some of them are actually really cool. I collect more Funko Pops, though. I'm more of a Funko Pop person, but they got some good WWE action figures, though, for sure. But anyway, like, Takeshita is making a case for himself as Wrestler of the Year. The dude works hard. Even with such a busy schedule, even with being signed to 3 different promotions. This dude works hard. This dude is a very hard worker. And, for me speaking so highly of him, I've met him myself. This was back at DPW. Not only once, but twice. And he's only getting better and better. More and more. Jay Uso says, what does he have? I mean, he has a whole bunch. I don't know. I don't know all of what he has. Bronx Jackie, welcome to the stream. Blissball champ with the steel chair. Steel chair? Shoot. My weapon of choice is a kendo stick, if you ask me. That's my weapon of choice. Gus says, who did he beat in the finals? He beat Evil. He beat Evil. But like I said, just the whole idea, just labeling Takeshita as a part-timer, and I just think that's not true. When he signed to the promotion, he signed to the promotion, just like he has the other two. Steel chair is so satisfying. I mean, a good steel chair shot, goes a long way. I will say that. I will say that. You do. You're onto something there. But now it was said that Takeshita, he wants to go into Wrestle Kingdom 20 as the champion and win and walk out as the champion. So with that being said, I'm under the impression that he's going to want to cash in his title shot before Wrestle Kingdom. Maybe he may do the same thing Zack Sabre Jr. did last year, which was he got his title shot at the King of Pro Wrestling at Ryogoku, won, and he won at Wrestle Kingdom, like he said he was going to. And it appears Takeshita wants to do the same thing. So we'll just have to see. We'll have to see when he decides that he wants to challenge Zack Sabre Jr. Gus says Forbidden Door. No, Zack Sabre Jr. is defending against Nigel McGuinness at Forbidden Door, so that can't happen. Yeah, he's already got a title match at Forbidden Door against Nigel McGuinness. So, I mean, let me pull up the New Japan schedule. I know they got Destruction coming up. Destruction, let me see. Destruction in Kobe is September 28th. Super Junior Tag League starts October 23rd. I mean, that's all that they have set. So, I mean, maybe he cashes in September. I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm just so thankful that Evil lost. Like, I'm sorry, but when you have to use shenanigans and cheat and get pretty much your whole faction involved in 90% of your matches, you're weak. You're weak. I said what I said. I will say this. The logo for Wrestle Kingdom 20 has been revealed. Check it out. Not bad. Not bad at all. I like it. But yeah, your official logo for Wrestle Kingdom 20 in Tokyo Dome. Which, Tokyo Dome, beautiful venue, by the way. If y'all ever get a chance to go, definitely go. You won't regret it. But, once again, congratulations to Konosuke Takeshita on winning the G1 Climax 35 tournament. But, that wasn't the only thing that happened on this show. So, Bullet Club War Dogs just acquired 2 new members. Very interesting turn of events, but those 2 new members are the Youngblood. Who are the Youngblood? None other than Yuto Nakashima, and Oscar Liobe. Do those names ring a bell? They were once young lions. Yep, they were once young lions. And they have joined Bullet Club War Dogs. It's crazy. Definitely did not expect that, but you know what? Oscar Liobe definitely looks like he could be that monster character. I mean, given his size and everything like that. And him and Yuto Nakashima, I mean, it's quite a combination. It's quite a combination. But yeah, those are your newest members of Bullet Club War Dogs. Glenn Davis, welcome to the stream. AJ Styles will travel a long way to get a little vengeance. Yeah, and looked like it paid off for him, and definitely things are not over between him and Dirty Dom. Gus says, if I had to pick a top 5 matches in the G1, see, I didn't even see all of them. I saw like 85% of them. I didn't even see all of them. That's tough. I have to pick 5. I would say okay. I would definitely say Yota Tsuji Yuya Uemura, which that rivalry never disappoints. I would say Drilla Maloney versus Ren Narita. I really like that one. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Takeshita. Yoshihashi beating Shingo. That was impressive. That was very impressive. And one more. Takeshita and Shingo. Those would probably be a good solid 5 for me. But like I said, I didn't see them all. I saw like 85% of them. Let's see. Okay. So, G1 Climax is in the books. Now the road to destruction begins. So, we got that to look forward to. Destruction in Kobe, September 28th. We'll see what happens. Okay. Now, let's talk about the Tokyo Princess Cup 12, TJPW. I must say, we have reached the finals. The finals will be on August 23rd. It will be at Corcoran Hall. And I have to say, it is a finals matchup that I did not expect. But you know what? I am pumped for it. Your finals of the Tokyo Princess Cup 12 comes down to Miyu Watanabe versus Aris Endo. That's right. Miyu Watanabe defeated Shoko Nakajima, and Aris Endo defeated Yuki Arai in the semis. And here we are, the finals. What a road it has been for Aris Endo, ladies and gentlemen. Like, wow. Wow. it has been a very incredible road for Aris Endo. I mean, she defeats one half of the Princess Tag Team Champs in Hyper Misao. She defeats the ace of TJPW and Miyu Yamashita. And then she beats Yuki Arai, who was on the rise. Wow. What an incredible path for Aris Endo, one half of Daisy Monkey. Now, of course, Miyu Watanabe, for her path, beat Raku, then beat Haru Kazushiro, and then beat Shoko Nakajima. So, she's had a little bit of an easier path. If we can keep it real, she's had the easier path. But, I must say, y'all, Aris Endo would be the biggest shocker in tournament history if she wins this tournament, especially defeating a former finalist in Miyu Watanabe. This is going to be a very interesting match. And see, the thing is, Miyu Watanabe is really going to want to win this. Because don't forget, she was a former finalist back in 2022. But she lost to Yuka Sakazaki in the finals. So, Miyu Watanabe, she's going to be aiming to win this match. And Aris Endo, definitely very impressive. Very impressive. Who do I think is going to win between these two? Now, don't forget, keep in mind that the winner goes on to face the Princess of Princess champion Mizuki at Wrestle Princess in September. To be honest, I love both of these ladies. I've met both of these ladies. But I think, honestly, it makes the most sense for Miyu Watanabe to win. I think that makes the most sense. And the reason why is, one, she can say that she finally won a Tokyo Princess Cup. She came up short 2 years ago. 3 years ago. She came up short 3 years ago. So, I think this is an opportunity for her to make up for that and finally win this tournament. Which would mean it would lead to a rematch from TJPW 25 at the beginning of this year, where I went to the show in Corcoran Hall where Mizuki dethroned Miyu Watanabe for the Princess of Princess Championship. So honestly, I think that's the rematch that they're setting up for Wrestle Princess. Is Mizuki versus Miyu Watanabe for the Princess of Princess Championship. But don't get me wrong, I won't be mad if Aris Endo pulls this off. But I don't see her beating Mizuki for the Princess of Princess Championship. I don't see it. I really don't see it. Glenn says, I'm looking forward to Friday Night Gotcha. Same. Like, I definitely want to see what kind of matches that Chigusa books for the Friday Night Gotcha shows, since she's going to be in charge of that. So that should be interesting. Should be really interesting. But I'm going Miyu Watanabe to defeat Aris Endo, end her story there, win the Tokyo Princess Cup 12, and go on to face Mizuki at Wrestle Princess 6. But like I said, you know, kudos to Aris Endo for getting as far as she did. That's incredible. Especially beating Miyu Yamashita. That's huge. That is huge. Beat her clean. Beat her clean. So, just saying. Gus says, if Endo does lose, where does she go post-tourney? I mean, you have to also keep in mind, she's only won one title, which was the Princess Tag titles with Suzume. So, I mean, she'll still be in the picture for either the International Princess title or even the Princess of Princess Championship. I mean, she'll still be in the picture, but I just find it hard to really see her defeating Mizuki and winning the Princess of Princess Championship. Especially before Suzume? I don't see it. I don't see it. To go from tag champion to the top champion for Aris Endo? I just don't see it. I will give her credit, though. With how she's done in this tournament, there's going to be more eyes on her going forward. She's going to have more high-profile matches going forward. I do believe that. But we have to also keep in mind that it's going to be really difficult. I mean, think about it, Gus. Can you honestly, right now, can you honestly see Aris Endo having a run with the Princess of Princess Championship? Honestly. Like I said, I love her. I've met her. But we have to think about it. Really think about it. Okay. Let's see. But yeah, so the finals, August 23rd, Corcoran Hall. So, should be good. Looking forward to that. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be awesome. Okay. So, because there were a few matches that took place, and I guess while we're here and talking pro wrestling tournaments, I guess I could give a quick current standings update on the Dreamstar Grand Prix 2025. There were a few matches that happened at the Mai Sakurai Homecoming show that just happened recently. So, you know what? Let's go through the current standings. All right. Let's do it. All right, starting with the Dream League. Okay. So, starting off, sitting at the bottom with 0 points, is Rhea Seto. Unfortunately, Rhea Seto. 0-4. With losses to Koki Amare, Maria, Mai Iwatani, and Utami Hayashishita. Oh, man. It's not looking good for her. And she's got 3 matches left and still 0 points. Well, she is in danger. Let me go ahead and put the label on her. Yep. Poor Rhea Seto. Because I really like her new look and everything as, you know, the Black Diamond, but she can't win matches in this tournament. So, yeah. It's unfortunate. Misfit, welcome to the stream. AJ Styles is a generational hater. Is he? Glenn says, Takesha a part-timer? Somebody's been smoking something they shouldn't. I know, right? I know, right? Mr. says, here's what I want from the next AJ Styles feud. His rival should be booked in a match in Pro Wrestling Noah, which he's been before. And AJ should fly to Japan just to screw over that person. Well, did you have anybody in mind? Takesha works like a dog and has to keep Yuka Sakazaki happy. Yep, that's his wife. But yeah, Rhea Seto, 0-4, 0 points. And in danger. Cannot afford another loss. Alright, we got 2 competitors sitting at 2 points. They are Chiaki and Koki Amare. So Chiaki, she finally got on the board with a victory over Koki Amare. But she has 3 losses to Utami Hayashishita, Victoria Yuzuki, and Sari Yamaoka. Okay. Koki Amare. 1-2 record. 2 points. She has the 1 victory over Rhea Seto, but dropped 2 losses in a row to Maria and Chiaki. But she has 4 matches left. Alright, we have 3 competitors sitting at 4 points each. They are Mayu Iwatani, the reigning Marigold Superfly champion, Sari Yamaoka, and Maria, 1/2 of the current Twin Star Tag Team champs. Misfit says, nice to see all of a sudden fans of Evil come out tonight. Yeah, apparently when I watched the match, there was a good bit of the crowd behind them. It was crazy. Okay, let's take a look at Maria first. 2-1, 4 points, 2 victories over Koki Amare and Rhea Seto, 1 loss to Mayu Iwatani. And she's got 4 matches left. Okay. We have Sari Yamaoka. 2-2 record, 4 points, 2 victories over Chiaki, and a big one over Mayu Iwatani, but 2 losses to Utami Hayashishita and Victoria Yuzuki. She has 3 matches left. Alright. Then Mayu Iwatani, 2-1, victories over Rhea Seto and Maria, 1 loss to Sari Yamaoka. She has 4 matches left. Enigma, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Misfit says, the same group of fans who really hated Evil 3 weeks ago. Dang. If you see them, point them out. If you see them, point them out. Alright. And then we have 2 competitors sitting with 6 points each. They are your reigning Marigold World Champion Utami Hayashishita and Victoria Yuzuki. Let's take a look at the champ. Utami, 3-1, 6 points. Victories over Sari Yamaoka, Chiaki, and Rhea Seto. And dropped a big old loss to Victoria Yuzuki. It's crazy. She has 3 matches left. And sitting undefeated 3-0 is Victoria Yuzuki. Victories over Utami Hayashishita, Chiaki, and Sari Yamaoka. She has 4 matches left. Wow. Who would have thought Victoria Yuzuki would be starting off undefeated in the Dream Star? Yeah, Enigma, yeah. Marigold time. Yeah, and then afterwards is 5-star time. So, yeah. Right now, Victoria Yuzuki, Utami Hayashishita at the top. But it's close between Mayu Iwatani, Sari Yamaoka, and Maria as well. Let's go ahead and switch to the Star League. Star League. Okay. For the Star League, we have one competitor sitting at the bottom, unfortunately, with 0 points on a 0-3 record. Oof. Is Kizuna Tanaka. Man, she just cannot catch a break. 3 losses to Mai Sakurai, Nagisa Nozaki, and Chan Yoda. She has 4 matches left. Oof. You got one competitor, surprisingly, with 1 point on a 0-1-1 record, and that is Miku Ano. Wow. 1 loss to Misao Matsui and a draw with Mirai. Mirai, a name she's very familiar with. They have quite a rivalry. But she has 5 matches left. Okay, we have one competitor sitting with 2 points on a 1-2 record, and that's Chika Goto. Let's take a look at Gochika. 1 victory over Misao Matsui, 2 losses to Mai Sakurai and Mirai. She has 4 matches left. Alright, we have one competitor sitting 3 points with a 1-1-1 record, and that is Mirai. 1 victory over Gochika, a loss to Nagisa Nozaki, and a draw with Miku Ano. She has 4 matches left. Alright, we have one competitor sitting at 4 points, 2-2 record. Chan Yoda. Chan Yoda, victories over Mai Sakurai and Kizuna Tanaka, but losses to Misao Matsui and Nagisa Nozaki. She has 3 matches left. Misfit says, Marigold depresses me currently. Why is that? Don't let it depress you. It's too early. It's too early in the tournament. So, Chan Yoda, 4 points. We have 3 competitors tied with 6 points. They are the current Marigold United National Champion Mai Sakurai, Psycho Speed Misao Matsui, and Nagisa Nozaki. Let's take a look at Nagisa Nozaki. 3-1 record. Victories over Chan Yoda, Kizuna Tanaka, Mirai, but the 1 loss to Mai Sakurai. Psycho Speed. Oh, she's got 3 matches left. Psycho Speed Misao Matsui. 3-1. 6 points. Victories over Chan Yoda, Mai Sakurai, Miku Ano. Those are 2 big victories over Mai Sakurai and Miku Ano. That's crazy. But the 1 loss to Gochika. She has 3 matches left. And then the Marigold United National Champion, Mai Sakurai. 3-2 record. Victories over Gochika, Kizuna Tanaka, Nagisa Nozaki. 2 losses to Misao Matsui and Chan Yoda. She has 2 matches left. Interesting. Very interesting. And then again, I would have never thought Misao Matsui would be near the top. But hey, pro wrestling tournaments in Japan, you just never know. You just never know. Glenn says, TJPW Finals is going to be great. I'm rooting for Endo. If she wins, great. But I do think Miyu Watanabe is going to end up taking it. I think Miyu's going to take it. Because I think it just makes the most sense, historically, for Miyu to win it. Okay. Upcoming matchups. Let's take a look at upcoming matchups. So, in the Dream League, so the next matches will be August 22nd. We got Utami Hayashishita versus Maria. That should be interesting. Enigma says, not gonna lie, I want Miyu Watanabe versus Athena. Ooh. That would be really good. That would be really, really good. Oh, that would work. That would totally work. You got my attention, Enigma. I love it. So, Utami and Maria. Koki Amare versus Victoria Yuzuki. Oh, I'm actually looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to that one. Koki and Victoria Yuzuki. Let's go. That one should be good. So, that's Dream League. And then Star League. Let's see. The next matches for the Star League are not until August 30th. Oh wow, so they got a nice long break. What the heck? Okay. Well, actually, let's go back one because there's some matches in the Dream League on August 30th as well. So, let's see. Right quick. Yuzuki adding a running spiral tap as a finisher caught my attention. Oh, she's been killing it. And still undefeated, she's been killing it. So, Utami, August 30th, Utami versus Mayu. Oh, that's going to be good. That's going to be really good. Careful, the outsider folks will come for you. Shoot, bring them on. Bring them on. Shoot. Koki Amare versus Sari Yamaoka. Oh, shoot. Koki's next two matches are going to be tough. Victoria Yuzuki and then Sari Yamaoka? Ooh, I do not like Koki's chances. I do not like Koki's chances. Oof. Victoria Yuzuki has Koki Amare and then Maria on August 30th. Uh-oh. That should be really good. Chiaki... Or wait, no. No, I was right. Chiaki versus Ryoseto. I'm hoping Ryoseto can pull off a victory. I want her to win at least one match. So hopefully she'll beat Chiaki. So those are the remaining matches in August for the Dream League. Star League. Okay. Let's see. Mai Sakurai on August 30th faces Mirai. That should be really good. As a matter of fact, that's a Cinderella tournament finals run back. Yeah, that's a Cinderella tournament finals run back. That should be good. That should be really good. Misfit says Takeshita should now win the N1 event, even though he's not in Noah or in the N1 just to piss people off. Well, would be interesting. Is just... Yeah, it would be interesting. Even though they set the competitors already, that would have been interesting to be like, you know, or if somebody got injured, be like, you know what, I'll take their place, or something like that. Let's see. Miku Ano. Ooh, August 30th, Miku Ano versus Chan Yoda. Oh, that should be good. That should be really good. I'm looking forward to that. That should be a really good match. Let's see. Jerry, welcome to the stream. Good to see you. Let's see. Gochika versus Nagisa Nozaki. That should be good. Oh, man. Kizuna Tanaka is really going to be tested. She's got to take on Psycho Speed, Misao Matsui. Oh man, I hope Kazuna doesn't finish winless, because she did not have a good tournament last year either. So, oof. Yeah, this is making me a little bit nervous for Kazuna Tanaka, because Misao Matsui's been on a roll. I know she took the one loss, but she's still been on a roll. But yeah, so the rest of the matches in August for both blocks should be quite interesting and entertaining. Like, so let's see, they got 1, 2, so 2 matches for the 22nd of August. Yeah, 2 matches for the 22nd of August. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches for August 30th. Ooh, so the August 30th show is going to be jam-packed. That's going to have a lot of matches. So, have to keep an eye out for the August 30th show. Yeah, most definitely. I got to keep an eye out for that one. But those are your current standings so far of the Marigold Dream Star Grand Prix 2025. So, yeah. Okay. Now, for the main event. 5-Star Grand Prix 2025 final standings. As all the block matches have wrapped up, the playoffs are set. So, let's go over these final standings. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's do it. Starting with Red Stars A. So, sitting at the bottom, we have a 3-way tie, 4 points, 2 and 5 records, belong to Yuna Mizumori, Lady C, and Waka Tsukiyama. Waka, final record, 2 and 5, 4 points, 2 victories over Azusa Inaba, Lady C, 5 losses to Saya Kamitani, Hanan Meisera, Yuna Mizumori, and B. Priestley. Lady C. And of course, you know, it's kind of a rough turnout for Waka considering she is a champion. I know it's a tag team champion, but she's still a champion. So it's kind of a bad look. Lady C. Same record, 2 and 5, 4 points. Victories over Yuna Mizumori, Azusa Inaba, 5 losses to Saya Kamitani, Hanan Meisera, Waka Tsukiyama, B. Priestley. And then Yuna Mizumori. Same record, 2 and 5, 4 points. Victories over Waka Tsukiyama, a big one over Meisera, the high-speed champ. But 5 losses to Saya Kamitani, Hanan, Lady C, Azusa Inaba, and B. Priestley. So, rough tournament for these 3 ladies. But shout out to Yuna Mizumori on getting a big victory over Meisera. Okay, finishing with 6 points on a final record of 3 and 4 is Azusa Inaba. Her 3 victories were over Hanan, Meisera, Yuna Mizumori. I mean, hey, 2 big victories over Hanan and Meisera. That's big. But losses to Saya Kamitani, Lady C, Waka Tsukiyama, and B. Priestley. So, you know, she got a few big wins there, you know. Shout out to Azusa Inaba. She got her a few big wins. Of course, she's currently the Queen of JTO champion in Just Tap Out. So, hey, you know. She just recently had her first defense of the title, defeating Kyoka Kotatsu. Okay. Sitting or finishing with a final score of 7 points. Coming up short, just missing the playoffs. Just missing the playoffs is high-speed champion Mesias. Final record, 3-3-1, 7 points. Victories over Lady C, Wakasukiyama, B. Priestley. 3 losses to Saya Kamatani, Yuna Mizumori, and Azusa Inaba. And the 1 draw with Hanan. Just came up just short of missing the playoffs. Glenn says, I thought Yuzuki was going to do really well. She's deadly serious about becoming the ace of Marigold. Well, she's on the right track, that's for sure. She is on the right track, my friend. Okay. Securing the number 3 seed. Final record of 4-2-1. 9 points is the young lioness, Hanan. Her 4 victories were over Yuna Mizumori, Lady C, Wakasukiyama, B. Priestley. 2 losses to Saya Kamatani and Azusa Inaba. The 1 draw with Mesias. So congratulations to the young lioness, the resident leader of Stars, securing the 3rd seed, advancing to the playoffs. Glenn says, poor Tanaka, I hope she doesn't join the Darkness Revolution. I don't think she will. Especially with the bond she has with Victoria Yuzuki, I don't think she will. And Glenn also picked Miku Ano to win the tournament. Maybe the last knockout match with Marvelous took a lot out of her. Well, I mean, she's only wrestled 2 matches, so she still has a lot of tournament matches left. So it's still too early. It's still too early for her. Okay, securing the number 2 seed in her return to stardom, the top Gaijin, B. Priestley, finishes 10 points, 5-2 record. Victories over Saya Kamatani, a big one, and giving her her first loss in stardom since the finals of the 5-star last year when she lost to Mecha. So, very big accomplishment there for the top Gaijin. But yeah, a victory over Saya Kamatani, Yuna Mizumori, Lady C, Wakasukiyama, Azusa Inaba, and 2 losses to Hanan and Mesias. But, impressive fashion, returning to stardom, and making it to the playoffs in the 5-star Grand Prix. B. Priestley, number 2 seed. Taking the number 1 seed. Almost went undefeated, but not quite. But still, finishes 12 points on a 6-1 record. The World of Stardom champion, Saya Kamatani, the Phoenix Queen. Victories over Hanan, Mesias, Yuna Mizumori, Lady C, Wakasukiyama, Azusa Inaba, and her one and only loss was to B. Priestley. So that is your final standings for Red Stars A. 3rd seed, Hanan. 2nd seed, B. Priestley. 1st seed, the number 1 seed, Saya Kamatani. Alright, moving on. Red Stars B. Glenn says, Nozaki's been with Marigold since the beginning, but she still hasn't signed, I think. I think that's weird. Well, I mean, how is it any different from, Maria or from when Sari was there? I mean, they're going to have freelancers sometimes. It's a thing, They're going to have freelancers sometimes. I mean, heck, Flying Penguin wrestled there. Irina Yamanaka. Chan Yoda. Like, it's not really that weird. I'm just saying, it's not that weird. And whatever happened to Riara, the lady with the bottle? She, I believe, is technically from Ganbare. I think she's originally from Ganbare. Or Ganjo. Okay, Red Stars B. Sitting at the bottom, unfortunately, finishing winless on a 0-7 record. Poor Rion. Poor Rion. Loss to Starlight Kid, Azumi, Natsupoi, Sayaka Karara, Tomoka Inaba, Natsuko Tora, Rina. Oh well. Oh well. Micah, get well soon. EXV needs you. That's all I can say. Okay, we had one competitor finish with a final score of 4 points on a 2-5 record. And that is this year's Cinderella Tournament winner, Sayaka Karara. 2 victories over Azumi and Rion. I mean, that was a pretty big victory over Azumi. Man, that was insane. But losses to Starlight Kid, Natsupoi, Tomoka Inaba, Natsuko Tora, and Rina. But it was pretty much her fault as to why Azumi didn't end up with the number 1 seed. So, she played spoiler to a degree. Okay, we have 3 ladies that finished with 8 points total. They are the double champ of Starlight Kid, of course, the Wonder of Stardom champion and 1/3 of the Artist of Stardom Trios champs, Tomoka Inaba, and Natsuko Tora. Let's look at Natsuko Tora. Finishes 4-3. Victories over Azumi, Natsupoi, Saka Karara, Rion. 3 losses to Starlight Kid, Tomoka Inaba, and Rina. Yeah, that loss to Rina, man, whew, that was crazy. That was really crazy. All right, Tomoka Inaba. Also 4-3. Victories over Starlight Kid, Sayaka Karara, Rion, Natsuko Tora, but 3 losses to Rina, Natsupoi, Azumi. Came up just a little short. But still, finishing with 8 points, not bad. Glenn says, I told you Yamaoka was going to do well. Well, I mean, she's 2-2. Got off to a great start, but, you know, she's 2-2 right now. So she's kind of stalled a little bit. But I'm sure she'll pick it back up. He says, looking forward to Chiaki versus Rhea Seto. Yeah, I'm hoping Rhea Seto can get a victory. Yeah, she can't afford another loss. Okay, Starlight Kid. Final record 3-2-2. Victories over Sayaka Karara, Rion, Natsuko Tora. 2 losses to Tomoka Inaba and Natsupoi. And 2 draws with Rina and Azumi. Yeah. Oof. Really came down to the wire there for Starlight Kid. And I know a lot of fans are pretty upset that she didn't advance, which is understandable. Okay. Taking the number 3 seed, finishing with a record of 4-2-1, 9 points, is Rina. 4 victories over Sayaka Karara, Tomoka Inaba, Rion, and Natsuko Tora. 2 losses to Azumi and Natsupoi. And a draw with Starlight Kid. So, impressive showing from Rina. And punches her ticket into the playoffs. This being her very first 5-star Grand Prix. And she punches a ticket into the playoffs. So, congratulations to Rina. We'll see how far she can go. Taking the number 2 seed is the other, or 1/3 of the Artists of Stardom Trios champs and the current NJPW Strong Women's Champion, Azumi, the high-speed bomb girl. 4-2-1 record, 9 points. Victories over Natsupoi, Tomoka Inaba, Rion, and Rina. 2 losses to Sayaka Kurara and Natsuko Tora, and 1 draw with Starlight Kid. So congratulations to Azumi. She gets the number 2 seed. And then, I gotta be honest, least expected, but taking the number 1 seed with a 5-2 record, 10 points, is Natsupoi. Who would have thought of that? Impressive. 5 victories over Starlight Kid, Sayaka Kurara, Tomoka Inaba, Rion, and Rina. Her 2 losses were to Azumi and Natsuko Tora. Very solid for the resident fairy of Cosmic Angels. Good stuff, good stuff. But yeah, those are your final standings for Red Stars B. Number 3 seed, Rina. Number 2 seed, Azumi. Number 1 seed, boy. Alright, Blue Stars A. This really came down to the wire here. Blue Stars A. Sitting at the bottom, also winless. On a 0-7 record. 0 points. Yuria Hime. Losing all 7 matches to Saya Ida, Miyu Amazaki, Saori Ano, Aya Sakura, Amisore, Bozilla, and Ruaka. But hey, there's good news. After her final match and final loss to Saya Ida, it is official. Yuria Hime is a member of Stars. It's official now. Signed, sealed, delivered. She's Stars. So, congrats to Yuria Hime. She's with Stars now. Alright, we got one competitor that finished with 4 points on a 2-5 record. And that is the current Sendai Girls World Junior Champion, Aya Sakura, the High Kick Angel. 2 victories over Yuria Hime and Miyu Amazaki, but 5 losses to Saya Ida, Saori Ano, Amisore, Bozilla, and Ruaka. But hey, she ended up playing spoiler for Miyu Amazaki, winning that match. That was huge. That was really huge. Speaking of Miyu, 3-4, 6 points, is the other Artist of Stardom Trios champion, Miyu Amazaki. 3 victories over Amisore, Ruaka, and Yuria Hime, but 4 losses to Saya Ida, Saori Ano, Aya Sakura, and Bozilla. Miyu came very, very close. Really, really close, but came up short. And then finishing with 7 points on a 3-1 record is Ruaka. 3 victories over Yuria Hime, Amisore, and Aya Sakura. 3 losses to Saya Ida, Miyu Amazaki, and Saori Ano. And the 1 draw with Bozilla, which still was a shock. I don't even know how the heck it even came to that, but whatever. Okay. And then we had one competitor. Came close, but no cigar. Finishing with a 4-3 record, 8 points total, is Saya Ida. 4 victories over Miyu Amazaki, Aya Sakura, Ruaka, and Yuria Hime. 3 losses to Saori Ano, Amisore, Bozilla. She put up a good tournament. Just came up a little short. So shout out to Saya Ida. Glenn says Waka got 2 victories in a row, I think. She just had to get warm up. Yeah, it was 2 in a row. Too little too late, but hey, it was at least good she didn't finish winless. Okay. Taking the number 3 seed. Finishing with a final record of 4-1-2. 10 points. Bozilla. 4 victories over Saya Ida, Miyu Amazaki, Aya Sakura, and Yuria Hime. She had the 1 loss to my girl, Ami Sore, and 2 draws to Ruaka and Saori Ano. But yeah, it really came down to the wire, and she was kind of holding on to first place for a bit, but that last loss to Ami really cost her. But speaking of Ami, taking the number 2 seed, finishing 5-2, 10 points, is God's chosen big girl, Ami Sore. 5 victories over Saya Ida, Saori Ano, Aya Sakura, Bozilla, and Yuria Hime. Her only 2 losses were to Miyu Amasaki and Ruaka. But yes, a big final victory over Bozilla secured her the number 2 seed. So congratulations to Ami Sore, punching her ticket to the playoffs. And then finishing with the number 1 seed with 11 points on a 5-1-1 record is Saori Ano. Victories over Saya Ida, Miyu Amasaki, Aya Sakura, Ruaka, and Yuria Hime. She had the 1 loss to Ami Sore and a draw to Bozilla. But gets the number 1 seed. So isn't that crazy? Natsupoi and Saori Ano both have number 1 seeds in their respective blocks. That's crazy. That is so crazy. Wouldn't it be wild if they met each other in the finals? Oh my God, that would be wild. All right. So, 3 seed Bozilla, 2 seed Ami Sore, 1 seed Saori Ano. All right, final block. Blue Stars B. Okay. Sitting at the bottom, even though not winless, with 2 points on a 1-6 record, is the Peach Star Momokogo. She got her 1 victory over Hina, but 6 losses to Rana Yagami, Hanako, Suzu Suzuki, Momo Watanabe, Konami, and Sari. Hey, I'm just happy that she got at least 1 victory. So, as a matter of fact, she spoiled it for Hina. It's crazy. All right, we have 3 competitors tied at 6 points, all 3 with 3-4 records. That's the future Stardom champion Hina, Rana Yagami, and Konami. Let's take a look at Konami. Victories over Momokogo, Hanako, and a big one over Sari, but losses to Hina, Rana Yagami, Suzu Suzuki, and Momo Watanabe. It's kind of a bummer. We got to remember, Konami was once a 5-star finalist from a couple of years ago when she lost to Hana Kimura. So it's really a bummer to see her struggle like this. Oh well. Jerry says, best in the world, Sari. Yeah, she did her thing in this tournament. She definitely did her thing in this tournament. Okay, Rana Yagami. Same record, 3-4, 6 points. Victories over Momokogo, Hina, and Konami, which that was a big one. That was a big upset. Losses to Hanako, Suzu Suzuki, Momo Watanabe, and Sari. Came up a little short, because she was in the running for a bit, but came up just a little short. And then your future Stardom champion, same record. 3-4, 6 points. Victories over Hanako, Momo Watanabe, and Konami. So those are 3 big victories for Hina. She might not have made it, but she got 3 big victories. And then losses to Momokogo, Rana Yagami, Suzu Suzuki, and Sari. So, even though she didn't make the playoffs, I gotta give credit to Hina. You know, she got some big victories in this tournament. And, you know, I can be happy with that. Glenn says, Rian did about as well as I expected. She's just not ready for the big time. I mean, she's a rookie. She only has like 1 or 2 singles victories. So, yeah, I would have to say she's definitely not ready for the big time. We had one competitor, 7 points, on a 3-3-1 record. And that's the other half of the Stardom New Blood Tag Team Champions, Hanako. 3 victories over Momokogo, Rana Yagami, Momo Watanabe. 3 losses to Hina, Konami, and Sari. And the 1 draw with Suzu Suzuki. Very close, but came up short. I thought she was going to get it. Part of me thought she might have sneaked into a playoff spot, but came up a little short. Just a little short. Okay, taking the number 3 seed of Blue Stars B, final record of 4-3, 8 points, is the Black Peach, Momo Watanabe. 4 victories over Momokogo, Rana Yagami, Suzu Suzuki, and Konami. 3 losses to Sari, Hanako, and Hina. But, with a little luck, she was able to make it to the playoffs and secure the 3rd seed. Alright, taking the 2nd seed, finishing with a 4-1-2 record, 10 points, is the resident crazy girl, Suzu Suzuki, who has won one of these tournaments before. Victories over Momokogo, Hina, Rana Yagami, and Konami. 1 loss to Momo Watanabe, and 2 draws to Hanako and Sari. But pretty good tournament. Punching her ticket into the playoffs, not too surprised there. Misfit says, I told y'all in the watch along last night Hina was going to beat Hanako. Yeah, you called it. You definitely called it. It was impressive fashion, too. Okay. And then taking the number 1 seed of the Blue Stars B block, which I guess really shouldn't be too surprised, finishing 5-1-1, 11 points, is the IWGP Women's Champion, Sari. Victories over Momokogo, Hina, Rana Yagami, Hanako, Momo Watanabe. She had the 1 loss to Konami and the 1 draw with Suzu Suzuki. So, yeah, not really too surprised that she took the number 1 seed. But, yeah. And she's the resident villain in Stardom currently, so. Oh, the heat is on. Let's see. Mr. says that was QQ Hina last night. Okay. I don't know about that, bro. I mean, because you got to remember, she won the Future of Stardom title as a member of God's Eye. Can we at least... She's still the same Hina. She's the same Hina. She's still the same Hina. Come on now. Come on now. She won the title under Queen's Quest. Or not Queen's Quest, God's Eye. Can we at least give her that? Would have been Momo had it not been for Ruaka. Yeah, I know. She messed it up for you. She messed it up for you. So, 3 seed, Momo Watanabe. 2 seed, Suzu Suzuki. 1 seed, Sari. for Blue Stars B. Glenn says, I picked Natsupoi to win the block beforehand. I remember you mentioned that you were high on Natsupoi. But I still stand strongly, not red belt ready. Not red belt ready. Okay. So, with that being said, the playoffs are set. So, let's actually look at the playoff matches. Here we go. Mr. says, but my girls got in the playoffs, so I'm happy. I'll be happier if they give us the Sari rematch. Oh, yeah. Sari and Momo. Yeah. Okay. So, the playoffs will begin on August 20th. They're going to do the first round and the quarterfinals on the 20th, and the semifinals and the finals on the 23rd. So, let's take a look at your playoffs. Starting from the red side. First round matchup. Azumi versus Hanan. Oof, that's going to be really, really good. That's going to be really good. Oh, man. And then the winner will take on Saya Kamatani in the quarterfinals. So, woo. Hanan has a chance to get revenge on Saya Kamatani, but she's got to get through Azumi first. Got to get through Azumi first. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. That's a tough one to call. That's a really tough one to call. May have to give the advantage to Azumi, though. But that should be good. That should be really good. Glenn says Stars definitely need some reinforcement. Yeah, well they just got Yuria Hime, so little by little they're getting more. Little by little. Mr. says, I predicted Azumi Momo Rina to make the playoffs. Azumi, I wasn't 100% sure they would do it. Okay. All right. Interesting matchup here. Blue Stars, or no, I'm sorry. Well, I'm still on Red Stars. What am I talking about? Okay. B. Priestley versus Rena. Ooh. Ooh. That's going to be interesting. That's a very interesting matchup and quite an interesting test for Rena. And of course, the winner gets Poi. Oh, man. Can Rena best the top Gaijin? Will she make it an early round exit for B. Priestley? Rena's been on a roll overall lately in Stardom, but B has returned and shows why she's the top Gaijin. So, I don't know. This one's a tough one. This one's a tough one. Misfit says, then there's the story of Azumi getting revenge on Saya for what happened to QQ. Talked about Rena versus B last night. If Stardom wants to stake their flag about building the young talent, Rena needs to win. Yeah, she needs to win, definitely. It's not going to be easy, but she definitely needs the win, for sure. And it'll be good so that she can get another crack at Poi. But we'll see what happens. That's a very intriguing matchup, though. Rena and B. Priestley. That's a very intriguing matchup. Okay. Let's go over to the Blue Stars. All right. We got a battle within stablemates of Mi Vida Loca. That's right. Bozilla versus Suzu Suzuki. Oh, man. That ought to be very interesting. And the winner gets Saori Ano in the quarterfinals. Man. How do you book this one? Like, because, I mean, because they're stablemates, but it's like, with this being Bozilla's first 5-star, oh, man. Going up against a former 5-star winner. That one's really hard to pick. I'm not going to lie. That one's really hard to pick. I'll be pulling for Suzu because, I mean, Suzu's my girl. You know, Suzu's my girl. But I wouldn't be shocked if Bozilla won. I think it could go either way. But winner gets Saori Ano in the quarterfinals. And then, well, Misfit, you and I might have a little bit of temporary beef. Ami Sourei versus Momo Watanabe. Winner gets Sari. It just had to come down to this. Just had to come down to this. The Black Peach and God's Chosen Big Girl. Well, of course, I'll be rooting for Ami. But I won't be surprised if Momo wins. I mean, you know, I like them both. I've met Momo, but I like them both. Met Momo twice, but I like them both. Glenn says Ami Sourei kept looking better and better throughout the tournament. Yep. She's done pretty well since coming back from her ACL injury. Misfit says, could Stardom do Sari versus Suzu since they went to a draw in the tournament in the semis? It's possible. It's possible. It's very possible. Glenn says, I'm not surprised that if Natsupoi won her block, Sari won hers. They're each other's biggest rivals. Yeah. I mean, shoot. They're both number 1 seeds, so how ironic is that? Glenn says, I felt bad for Momokoga. I wonder if she's thinking of hanging up her boots. Maybe. I mean, you know, she's in great shape. Even with the health issue, she's in great shape. So, I mean, it's really up to her. It's really up to her. So, I mean, it's really up to her. I can't say I have a good claim. I don't have one. I mean, now I feel you. Like I said, you know, whether it's Ami or Momo, you can't go wrong with either. Glenn says, Randy Agami's star seems to be on the rise. She's right on the cusp of breaking out. I mean, she was just in the finals of the Catch the Wave tournament, so I mean, you know. Misfit says, Ami's moment can come in the Cinderella since she missed it this year. You don't honestly expect me to wait until next year for that. No way. Bump that. I ain't waiting that long. Oh, man. But nah, in all honesty, I think she's going to get a crack at Saya maybe between now and maybe before November or something like that, but we'll probably come up short. Should probably come up short. Misfit says, I feel like Stardom might do Sari versus Saya in the finals with Sari winning. Come on, man. Stay true to Momo winning. Come on, stay true to Momo winning. Gotta be confident. Come on, gotta be confident. I'm pulling for Ami to win. Come on now, stay true. Stay true to the Black Peach. But yeah, those are your playoff matchups. By the way, I really like the graphic. This is a really nice graphic, by the way. But yeah, y'all, this is quite a stacked playoff bracket for sure. Yeah. Jerry says, Jason, did you get to the Triplemania review? It was at the beginning. So when you check out the archive, it's at the beginning. So yeah, it's at the beginning. But yeah. So we're in the home stretch, y'all. We're in the home stretch of the 5-star Grand Prix. We just finished the G1 Climax 35, so getting ready to finish up the 5-star Grand Prix. Like I said, Micah won it last year, so we're going to see who takes it this year. And also, whoever wins it this year, I mean, hey, do they cash in on their opportunity before Dream Queendom or at Dream Queendom? We don't know. I mean, it's already been said by Takeshita that he wants his match. He wants his match early because he wants to go into Wrestle Kingdom as the champ. So we'll see. This one says no because that means Hate can't turn on Momo if she wins the tournament. I want Hate to cost her in the Sari rematch so they can turn on her. Well, I mean, just because they don't turn on her in the tournament don't mean that they can't turn on her at some point. You know, I mean, of course, the earlier the better. I will say that. The earlier the better. But, I mean, there's still a lot of time between now and Dream Queendom. A lot of time. So, yes, I remember, Matt, you said that the winner won't get the match at Dream Queendom. It's really a matter of how early do they want the match. But we'll see. Should be interesting. But, whew. That was a lot, y'all. That was a lot. And now I am hungry. I am quite hungry. I might go get some cookout. I'm kind of craving cookout. Yeah, I'm actually craving cookout. But, oh man. That was a lot, y'all. That was a lot. And then there's a lot coming up this week when I think about it. Because we got, oh man, we got the 5-star Grand Prix finals. We got Senjo the Biggest. We got AEW New Japan Forbidden Door. We got NXT Heat Wave. Wow. Dang, that's 4 shows. Jeez. Oh yeah, Ice Ribbon. Ice Ribbon has a show on the 22nd, Wonderland Ice, and at Corcoran Hall. Seedling has their 10th anniversary show at, oh jeez, dang. There's a lot this week. I still gotta preview that. So yeah, there's a lot this week, y'all. There's a lot this week. Misfit says, did you see Hazuki's tweet about the white belt? Yes. she's still interested. She wants it. She wants it. So hopefully she gets it. She's crazily long overdue, but hope she gets it. That's all I can say. She still wants her rematch with Starlight Kid, for sure. But we'll see what happens. Yes, Clash in Paris on the 31st. Yeah, we got another week. We got another week for that. And also, we got another week before Death Before Dishonor. So yeah, we got a loaded week. This coming week is a very loaded week. So it's a lot to cover. A lot to cover. So, but yeah. So that'll do it for this stream. I want to thank everybody for coming out, chatting it up with me, giving your feedback, reactions, and all that jazz. For those that are checking out the archive of this later, let me know your thoughts on all that was talked about. And yeah, don't forget to like, follow, comment, subscribe, all of the above. Thank y'all so much for watching. Hope y'all enjoyed tonight's live stream. I'm about to go eat because I'm brother hungry. Anyway, this has been another live pro wrestling talk brought to you by Blitzball Champ Gaming. My name is Blitzball Champ Jason Ingram. Y'all enjoy the rest of your evening. Hope everybody has a blessed start to the week. And I will see y'all in the next video and or live stream. Later.